Okay, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this afternoon's meeting, I suppose, event with CyberNorth and Durham University. We're going to talk about the exciting work that they're involved in bringing cybersecurity and FinTech together. We're joined by Igor Kotsuba and Ifizong, which we'll get to talk about in a minute. But a bit about CyberNorth to start off with. CyberNorth is the cybersecurity cluster for the northeast of England. We're here to try and develop and support the growing cybersecurity sector within the region. Very important sector, certainly a growing sector within the northeast, and we're there to support and help grow the 80 or so businesses that exist within that sector. We do that through three legs of the stool that we have. So one is about creating the ecosystem, building that ecosystem. The second is around innovation, which is the one that I lead in. And the third is around skills and addressing the skills required for the burgeoning market that we're in. But today we're going to talk about something slightly different, and that is the work that Durham University is doing around FinTech and cybersecurity. So Igor, are you there?
Yes, Phil, I'm here. So shall I start my presentation?
Yes, if you wouldn't mind, please.
Just a second. Can you enable share screen?
Yeah, I'm just going to work out how to do that. So I'll make you the co-host. Is that working now?
Yes, it's working now. So, hello everyone. I hope you can see my presentation. Yeah, so basically, my name is Igor. I've been working in cybersecurity domain, working on projects, a lot of projects under Horizon Europe in cluster 3, which is security. And so basically, we've been developing tools, platforms, so research and innovation components for security, cybersecurity of critical infrastructure, energy grids, and smart cities in net zero transition, all these things. And now in business school, I'm an assistant professor in FinTech, so in financial technologies. And with Phil, we are articulating the importance of cybersecurity. And as long as NCSC, National Cybersecurity Center, as well, says that cybersecurity in FinTech is one of the pillars. We all understand, even without background in cybersecurity, that financial services are number one for adversarial attacks. We've got AI and implementation of AI or any other algorithm in FinTech, which also is a global trend, and threat landscape is being changed. So in just for today, I want to say that in Durham University Business School, we are working on cybersecurity of FinTech in terms of digital forensics, which is basically helping enterprises, FinTech stakeholders understand what is the extension of responsibility for cybersecurity and digital forensics in their domain. Also with synthetic data sets for frauds, and how to enable new way of investigating cyber crimes in financial services. So Department of Finance in Durham University Business School is one of the best departments of finance in the world, and we deliver exceptional research results globally. And now we, with our head of department, and strategic vision of our department is to work on emerging technologies and cybersecurity for our domain, FinTech and financial services. So, and for this, I'd like to And basically, I wanted to have this event in order to show that we need to find synergies, and we want to find synergies in the region. In Northeast, we've got FinTech companies. We've got companies who work on other domains like net zero, smart cities. We've got a lot of cities in Northeast which are being rebuilt, like Sunderland, for instance, and implementing new technologies and smart city, net zero, basically enabling more citizen involvement in the smart infrastructure, more financial services integrated into um, smart city and smart infrastructure. So basically, we all understand the importance of both cybersecurity, financial technologies in our life. So I just want to focus on two basic directions for us to work together. Work together, I mean, we as university, we as business school, we can deliver this research and innovation platform to work together. And basically, we've got Innovate UK, a lot of different competitions like Smart Grants, where we need SME, we need dissemination and communication partner like CyberNorth, where we can together, and then we need industry, we need FinTech, we need smart cities in order to have use case, nice scenario to implement our research and innovation results talking generally. So this is an idea to again repeat, because I do believe you have heard a lot about Innovate UK, smart grants, all these things. Of course, sometimes it's hard to start, sometimes it's hard to find appropriate partner for this. I think that we can, right after this meeting, we can start thinking together with you wherever, in whatever industry you are. I mean, of the industries in digital sector, I would say. I mean, we do want to have smart cities. We do want to have managed services providers, fintech companies, in order to build nice proposal for Innovate UK. Innovate UK is partially funding scheme for companies. So it means UK government will co-fund the part of business, the financial part which is for businesses, and it will help university to deliver it with you. So this is an idea. Innovate UK is, as long as it is co-funding scheme, is not very competitive. I mean, it is competitive, but not as competitive as Horizon Europe or other research and innovation tracks. So that's first thing. As you can see in this diagram, basically all the businesses are eligible for this funding scheme. Phil and CyberNorth, together with us, we can support this components of research and innovation, the component of communication and dissemination, and basically boosting marketability of our results. Intellectual property is shared according to the rules of Innovate UK calls and projects, and we can apply literally anytime. So the idea of this particular seminar, this particular meeting, is to start brainstorming what can we deliver together. We delivered last month, we applied for Horizon Europe security calls together with fintech companies in Europe. And so my idea that we can do it together, we can represent Northeast in Horizon Europe as well. So for next calls, which is January, and March for human AI, where we will work, we as Durham will work on AI modeling, human and machine interactions, 6G, mobile networks, and new business models in this infrastructure. But we need, as I said, we need use cases. We need companies, local companies, large companies, small companies, to think together, implementing your expertise, implementing your experience as a product or service provider in order to deliver new way, in order to create new methods and paradigms in business. So that's an idea of innovation under UK grant schemes and basically under Horizon Europe. Again, very boring schematic representation of Horizon Europe, European Union funded project. UK rejoined Horizon Europe 2 months ago. It means we are full partner now. We can work again for any, as you can see, we've got clusters like health, creativity and inclusive society, civil security, cluster 3, which we are working heavily now in digital industry and space, which is for March deadlines, and we want to do something with you for that. So we do believe that FinTech, cybersecurity, financial technologies or services, cybersecurity are very horizontal topics, very horizontal domains, which means we can apply it everywhere. In department, we've got substantial wing of climate finance, which is like focusing financial services, focusing on net zero transition, which is one of the strategic directions of UK, EU, and globally. And then for food, natural resources, we'll understand again, it's like technology. I would say they embrace innovation, they embrace new technologies. Digitalization is very high speed implementation. We do need cybersecurity to be in line with that. And European Commission, Innovate UK Research and Innovation, all governmental structures, they understand that cybersecurity is something inevitably important. And I do believe that we can basically fit in any of those clusters. Again, as I just want to repeat once again, we need nice and fruitful collaboration with local stakeholders. So the main objective of this meeting, just to continue talking with you about what can we create together. So we are open for collaboration in this particular area of Horizon Europe and Innovate UK calls. And also today, I'd like to give a floor and also discuss a bit what we've done with, as you may know, Innovate UK and UK Research and Innovation, they fund joint collaborations on knowledge transfer, on academic collaboration for businesses. And in this case, we've got our guest, Ifai. She's PhD student in our department in business school. And Ifai is co-supervised by Phil Jackman from CyberNorth. This is, again, the grant. We won 9 DTP grant. We won funded by government for having this joint collaborative PhD program where we have finance, where we have cybersecurity, where we've got supervisors from both industry and academia. So if you could just talk a little bit about what do you think is the best? Where is synergy of having for you? What is the experience of you having supervisors in industry, supervisors in business school, and why do you think cybersecurity is quite interesting to add to finance and your research? Yeah, if I'm giving.
I mean, at first, thank you, Igor and Phil, for inviting me to this meeting. And Igor, you asked me a few questions, so I think I need to answer them one by one, maybe. Yeah.
Yes.
So I guess like the first question you asked me is like why cybersecurity is important. I guess it's kind of like because we are living in a digital era. Because we initially like or eventually we can't avoid this issue. And also like combining cybersecurity with finance is kind of like, well, generate something different for the research area as well. And then in terms of my feeling, I would say like I have an amazing supervisory team with experiences and diverse background of my supervisors, I guess, especially like for my supervisory team in case like, should I share the slides as well?
Yes, if you have, yeah, please.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
I made you a co-host, Ife, so you should be able to share them now.
Yeah, let me have a look. Yeah, sorry, it's kind of like a second.
Bill, so if you can answer after that, I'd like you to answer the question, how tough for you from industry to supervise and advise as academic supervisor? We need to show for both parties. What is that?
I just have to invite Ife back in to so the vagaries of technology, but we'll come back to that in a minute. If you go. Are you back with us, Ife?
Yeah, the screen again, but if not, I will just talk, I guess.
I need to make you a co-host, so I've just done that.
I tried to share the screen and then Zoom just kicked me out. Yeah.
It's a safety feature.
It's
very secure. So you should be able to present your slides now.
Yeah. Well, let me check. Share screen. Yeah, I'll try again. Yeah. I think we have the slides here.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so basically, like Igor just mentioned, like I'm a first-year PhD student studying finance, and the research project has been funded by the ESRC Research Council as it's an interdisciplinary research project with finance and cybersecurity. So as Igor has mentioned, like I do have an amazing supervisory team with supervisors from a diverse background. So in this case, my main supervisor is Professor Williams from Durham University, and his main research area is in finance. And my second supervisor is the key speaker of our event today. We have the Igor, who is specialized in the FinTech and cybersecurity. And also, I have to say mention about my third supervisor, who is Phil from the CyberNorth, and he will provide the industrial insight to this research project. So this is like how when Igor said like, how do I feel about this? I would say it's very unique experience to have like academias and also industrial experts to join in a research program. So basically about the research planning for this project is like, it will be involving firm level data for research, as it will be a data-driven research involving quantitative evidence, which means it's going to be an evidence-driven research using big data involving sensor-collected information. And the research scale is going to be like a global site focus, because in Durham University, we have the access to the unique and special database, which would enable us to access the granular IT data for all types of firms. And in general, the research question will involve how would cybersecurity impact the financial firms, and what would be the return for the cybersecurity investment for the firms. So this is a little bit about the planning for my research project, as I'm a first-year PhD student who just started in October. So I'll give back the floor to Phil and Igor. Yeah.
Thank you, Ife, for your nice words about supervisors. Phil, can you tell me what do you feel like? When we started writing this application, you were very passionate about this to have like influence on PhD research domain of PhD student. I think this is very impactful for all of us to have this joint collaboration, and when we can have this unique opportunity to work on cybersecurity for FinTech with in again exceptional research in our business school. And just few words, what do you think?
Yeah. So, Igor, whatever you ask me to do, it's always very interesting, and it's great to get involved. But my interest here really is always looking for ways of how the region can differentiate itself, how it can create unique products, innovate in areas which allow it to, well, become something greater than perhaps it was. And seeing the work that's going on in Durham and your enthusiasm and bringing Ife in to bring this PhD program, I think cybersecurity, the mixture of cybersecurity and FinTech, there's an emerging FinTech cluster in the region as well. Bringing those two strings together, I think, could create something unique for the region. And am I right in thinking that this is the only FinTech and cybersecurity department in the country? Yeah.
Yes, thank you very much. Basically, Phil, with your help, we are trying to communicate again with all the clusters. I mean, we've got data AI. In our department, we spend substantial amount of money on databases, access to some unique data, let's say, for us. And then we want to collaborate, and we started this collaboration locally with stakeholders, FinTech companies in the region. So out of that, we can create really beautiful combination of research, organization, business, non-governmental organizations, or community driven organizations like CyberNorth, where we can together offer to innovate UK something interesting in order to have research in cyber crimes in FinTech, new ways of protecting customers in banking, the investment into cybersecurity, and have some decisive analytics on that. So all these things are very interesting and trendy globally. We locally can have this collaboration. We are meeting with clusters and FinTech companies in order to talk about student placement as well. So we've got our graduate students, PhD students, who then go somewhere in Europe, US, Japan, China to work in financial sector. But I think that our stakeholders here, so when we meet in clusters, we usually hear that, oh, we need access to talents, we need new employees, we need FinTech superstars in the region. I think we've got everything here locally. We've got universities in Northeast, reputable and highly ranked globally. We've got students, we've got graduates, we've got FinTech companies. So for our domain, cybersecurity and FinTech, we've got FinTech stakeholders, we've got companies who provide services for FinTech companies. We need to set up this collaboration. We need to talk basically we need to stop being in silos just because lack of comms we've got now. So that's 2 points we can have in Durham for you, right? We are active participant in Innovate UK, UKRI, and Horizon Europe funded projects. We need collaboration with FinTech companies, with city councils who are in the process of digitalization to showcase some nice collaborations in Horizon Europe projects. So for March calls, we will apply with human AI ideas. We encourage companies to work with us. And after this meeting with CyberNorth and clusters, we'll try to create research and innovation steering committee, let's say steering group. And we do understand that businesses, they don't try Innovate UK just because they don't have this component research and they don't have those components needed for this. We've got in business school and vice versa. In business school, we've got exceptional research and innovation capacity. We've got students who we place in Europe and in the US and in Asia. But we can do more locally in Northeast. And government encourages to do that. And we do understand we need to do that. So this is my idea, Phil. Please let me know, what do you think we can do together in order?
Okay, so please, if anybody has any questions, please put them in the chat, and I'll put them to Igor and Ife, which is around. But let's start with a question which I think that goes to the nub of what we're trying to do. You talked about you need use cases. Yeah, what sort of use case do you need, and what are you going to do with that information? Perhaps you can tell me, Igor, what kind of use case you need, and then Ife can tell us what you're going to do with that information. So over to you, Igor.
Yes, thank you, Phil. So basically, with information like for instance, with Ife, we right now working on investment in cybersecurity infrastructure, and we encourage companies locally to share data with respect to regulations, of course, because we all understand we need to be compliant with GDPR, we need to be compliant with local regulations of financial data. We all understand this. We all know how to be compliant with that. So out of research with data we collect together or work on together with local businesses, we can create first research results, and second, create proposal for Smart Grant, Horizon Europe, and other programs. So this is an idea. If businesses, they do have interesting ideas, how they can innovate, but they do feel they are lacking capacity in order to describe it, in order to move forward. So I'm inviting those businesses to our business school for the meeting. We invite those businesses to our business school in order to think what are the needs of businesses in order to have access to talents. We've got students who are willing to work locally after in the middle of their education and after graduation. So Ife, can you tell us maybe a bit more about data and data sets you started working on? Just roughly, what do you think, how local data can help you, and how can it enhance the research we have ongoing?
I'll say the current data access, as I mentioned in my slide, is the Spicework data, which has access to the global level of data. But I think in terms of like the local data, it will provide a uniqueness as if we are going to narrow down the analysis into regions, because overall the different cybersecurity policies and also financial policy regulations are different in countries. So having like the local data will help us to differentiate the conclusion and analysis and possibly like make a proposal in terms of the local as well. So I think that's my response to that. But apart from that, I would agree with Igor said about like collaborations would help better generate research results.
So what kind of data are you looking for? I mean, what kind of data sets, what do you want in there, and how are you going to protect the anonymity of that data?
Well, I think I would rather give this question to Igor right now, because as I said, I just started as a 3 months. So I'm not gonna say I'm an expert in terms of like processing data and data productions right now. Yeah, so right now I'm kind of like doing some ESRC training and also like doing literature reviews and just started on data. So I won't say I have made a huge progression in terms of data requirements. And I guess in that part, we can also schedule another meeting to discuss when things progress for our collaboration of the PhD project, if that makes more sense.
Yeah, absolutely. So Igor, the question over to you then. So what do you want in these data sets? What are you going to do with them, and how are you going to protect the anonymity of that data?
So basically, yeah, Phil, we like yesterday we had meeting internally regarding data on mortgages. We've got databases and paid access for our business school. We work on that, but the idea is to have local provider for that as well. Why? Because then we together can apply for any of the above mentioned calls. And so like Jenny in chat asked, thank you, Jenny, for the I heard about your County Durham accelerator you're about to launch. If you can visit us, please, if you are in business school, let's have a meeting. Hello. Basically, so the very briefly, like 3 weeks ago, we pushed the button submit on Horizon Europe project on cybersecurity, on adversarial attacks on AI. We all understand that banking sector uses AI for scoring and many other frauds and many other processes, business processes. And basically, we used use case from Sweden, SEB Bank, but my idea was to have someone locally. So we've got Durham University Business School working with SEB Bank in Sweden, right? I think that, and my idea, we had no time a month ago to start negotiating or start bringing local fintech provider to that call, to that proposal. But for future ones, I want to have, Jenny, if we can have, so my idea with Phil and you, maybe we can create, again, a steering committee, stakeholders who are interested in those funding opportunities like Horizon Europe, because it's not funding in terms of just financing business. It's basically it's tender for innovation, right? We will implement, replicate some innovative platforms in local fintech providers. So this is an idea to have companies who are ready to participate, and once we know them, we'll try to brainstorm what will be the idea to submit for Horizon Europe calls in March. Phil and CyberNorth is our communication and dissemination partner in order to communicate actively this collaboration and help us find the way of other collaboration and boost marketability of those results, right? So once we accomplish something, once we have this established business collaboration, I do believe we need to replicate it. I do believe we need to scale up in Northeast and nationwide. So this is an idea. We've got we can have separate meetings with participants of this accelerator, mentors in that accelerator. We also can help you with mentoring for startups. So let's continue this discussion again. We invite you to our amazing business school, and Phil is visiting us. Phil is semi-academic now, and one of the prominent supervisors we've got for our PhD student. We've got Wayne here again.
I traveled a long way yesterday, Igor, to see you, so I wanted to mention.
Yeah, with Wayne, we also had discussed how to have the student placement, how to move forward with collaboration with FinTech stakeholders. And by the way, Jenny, with Wayne, we have already ideas how to bring them. What are the startups in the region?
Fantastic.
So at this stage, sorry, Jenny, I don't know if you want to say anything.
No, well, quite apart from the fact that, I think when we're talking about other opportunities around Horizon, other funding opportunities, I'll be quite happy to collaborate on that. We've got quite a lot of experience in applying for EU funds. I mean, I know we're talking specifically of research funds here, but certainly if we can find a problem that we can frame in that particular context, I'd be happy to be part of the steering group to do that, Igor. So I think it'd be quite useful if we can get a meeting together, Igor, and start the ball rolling on that one.
Okay, that's great. Thanks, Jenny. And then I think Wayne would want to be involved with that as well. He wouldn't want to be left out, would you, Wayne? And but so sorry, Wayne.
No, just try to apologize. I've been late. I've got some management meeting going on, but I want to get here because absolutely, yes, I would like to be involved and kept in the loop.
Okay, great. So Igor, at this stage, are we looking for companies who are interested in collaborating, or are we looking for specific data sets or specific problems?
Yes, thank you, Phil. So basically, we're both looking for specific data sets in order to continue research. And we are research-led academic organization. We've got professors who work heavily on research papers delivered globally in top reputable journals. And we've got a lot of research done on that area. So why it's important? Because when we write a proposal for Horizon, for instance, we include papers, we include results as to show our basically relevance to the call. And for this, I do believe that if we start collaborating way before submitting a proposal, it basically increases our chances to win, just because we'll show that, okay, with FinTech company X in Northeast, we started working many years ago or many months ago. We delivered this research or this paper, and these data sets or synthetic data sets to enhance their system on frauds or scoring or whatever. And I think that it's like basically synergy, because we start collaborating, we deliver research results, we then include those results into the proposal and submit for Innovate UK or Horizon Europe. So basically, I think we need to have this continuous collaboration, continuously work together on data we can share with each other. And because again, in business school, we've got a lot of data which can be useful for stakeholders as well. So that's an idea. With the specific data sets we would like to have, we already create a list of that types of data, and we'll share with you and Wayne, and so for you to communicate with companies who are interested. That's
okay, so that's fine. And how are we going to ensure the security of this data? Because obviously, I think if I was a company and had a pile of data that I wanted to consider for a collaboration, I'd really want to make sure that you're going to treat it with respect. So how are you going to do that? How are you going to make me feel confident, Igor, that you're going to manage this properly?
Yeah, we've got legal framework for this together with our legal department, but also all the data we need to depersonalize it. So basically, we don't need data set with some specific data on customers or something. So we need depersonalized data. We can do it together with the data company usually have. So basically, that's something we can discuss according to the specific data set. And again, as I said, we with Wayne we discussed, and we will send this description of data we require to you and Wayne in order to communicate with the FinTech companies. But again, for sure, we want data which is in compliance with all the regulations. That's for sure. I mean, we cannot conduct research on something, which is not with respect to regulation. So for sure, this data is legal to share with us. For sure, this data is under, again, legal framework we'll sign with the specific company in our business school.
Okay, so that makes sense. So if I'm getting this straight in my head, you really want a small cohort of companies who are interested in or working in the fintech space, who are interested in collaborative research with Durham University, with a view to creating either new products or new ways of looking at problems. And yeah, okay. So
Yeah.
it's a bit of I hate the expression, but chicken and egg. You kind of have to work out, do we get the companies first, or do we get the problems first, or do we get that other way around? Yeah. So that's really interesting. So we'll make sure that your contact details, if that's okay, will be on the web notes, and when we circulate this out, because we're recording this, so it's obviously it gives us an opportunity to reuse this information at a later date. Okay. Aoife, are you still there? I'm interested to know what attracted you to this opportunity. If you're still there, yeah.
I would say initially I was doing a PhD in finance, and then my main supervisor, Professor Williams, and also my secondary supervisor, Igor, suggested we could maybe work on a collaborative interdisciplinary project, which is involving finance and cybersecurity. And this is how I got to know about the CyberNorth. So it's not like I suddenly just got the idea and then run into this project. Yeah.
Excellent. Igor is rather infectious. You can't. It's very hard to say no to.
Yeah, but overall, I mean, like, Phil, thank you for being part of this research project as my supervisor, and then bringing like actual experiences from the industry to this team. Yeah.
Well, so I kind of see my role as trying to encourage companies and businesses to collaborate, to bring that glue to hold it all together. I don't really have the experience myself, but that's another story. Okay, so where do we go from here then, Igor?
Yeah, please. So Phil, basically, let's try to contact companies, let's say individually, with we write down with my colleagues, we wrote down the specific calls for March we want to fire for, and then innovate smart grant. For this, we need startups or companies who feel that they've got money to co-fund. So smart grant is partially funded, which means that for every 500,000 pounds, company needs to add 300,000 of their money, which is basically sounds scary just because they think they need to add, but we can look at this from different angle. Basically, we will Innovate UK will cover payroll of their employees for 70%, and just 30% is on the company, right? So we'll work on some ideas. So I think that many companies, they want to try this. Wayne said that many stakeholders, they contact Wayne, for instance, how can we do that? How can we start Innovate UK or whatever grant is? And basically, of course, they're frightened about the documentation, about the size of proposal, how to write it. All of this we can professionally do in Durham University Business School. We need use case where we can implement and integrate our results, our research and innovation tool or platform, whatever it is, right? Blockchain platform for peer-to-peer energy sales in Sunderland City Council, or fraud data set for Atom Bank, and we implement it, whatever it is. So basically, we need companies who are willing to do that. They are happy to collaborate, and the funding requirements and funding conditions of Innovate UK are okay for them. Most of them are a bit frightened about that, even though a lot of efforts were done by government. Government tried to communicate well, Innovate UK and all the similar programs. So let's start talking with them on the ground, not like in a national contact point or info day seminar, right? Let's talk in our office with them. What is the deadline? Where is the date? Which type of data we need? And if they are okay with the conditions of Innovate UK. Out of that, I think that it's joint, mutually beneficial action, I believe, where FinTech can embrace some innovation, can create some new business model, and for us is to deliver our and implement our results. Yeah. So this is absolutely synergetic thing, but as long as we do not communicate with each other. So Jenny promised in January we'll have accelerator. So let's have a meetup every month there. That's something we need to do. We need a meetup, informal communication on funding, grants, and to be on the map of Innovate UK results. Just because our companies are not there so far, but we can change.
That's great, Igor. So I think the actions to fall out of this, first of all, I think you, Wayne and Jenny, need to come together to talk about the opportunities within the clusters that exist both with a regional level, but specifically within Durham. I think we need to get a better explanation of the financial involvement from companies. I think I can understand why they'd be terrified if you're saying, well, you've got to find 300 grand, and that's going to put a lot of people off. So we need to explain how we can help companies through that, and the kind of cost that they can put into the relief from that. So I think that'd be really useful. And then I think we need to engage specifically with individual companies who may have an interest in developing this relationship. Are the ones that we can think of. If anybody's in the audience at the moment who's interested, then just get in touch with either myself, Phil at cybernorth.biz, or igor.kotsuba@durham.ac.uk, if I remember rightly. But we'll put those into the notes. And then I think the aim is to have something to pitch for the March round. Innovate UK.
No, for March it's like Horizon Europe, where we for sure go on. With Smart Grant is continuous thing. So basically we need companies who are saying, okay, we agree with the conditions that it's partially funded by Innovate UK, part of money we include. Smart Grant is nearly automatic thing. The only declined proposal can be if the description is wrong or something. But again, we can do this professionally. So the only problem we've got is a company who are interested in these innovation actions, interested in this funding from government in order to deliver something new, some product, service, or business process which is different from anything we had before. So let's find these innovation-driven companies. I do believe a lot of them. Let's find the companies who are open to try themselves and co-fund it. Not co-fund, basically Innovate UK will give us money and will say, okay, 70% of time of your employees we are covering, 30% you're covering on your own, which means that company covered the employee time on their own, but now Innovate UK helps them. So I think that we need to explain companies the fiscal and financial conditions. We need to explain what are the outcomes, how can we further sell and resell that intellectual property we'll have at the end. So again, I think that all those initiatives, especially Durham County Council has with the accelerator, we need to use them as well. And again, students and PhD students we've got in Durham University Business School is an amazing opportunity for us to collaborate together as well, where we can be funded for our student placement, and then it's again has a huge synergetic effect.
In order to sorry, Igor, in order to open up the funnel, is there a way we can enclose this in a one-sider or some sort of thing to get out to companies? You know, the financial commitment, and I know Phil said jokingly that you're infectious earlier, but he is right. When you talk about getting Innovate UK money, it is infectious. Your ears are pricked up thinking, God, even I could get this money. But then that's not the feeling with companies in the region. Do you know what I mean? Is there something we can put together for them as a brief proposal that they can look at and go, we might be able to commit to that, we want to know more, but just something we can get out to open up the funnel?
It's something I would certainly like to see. So I think that's the next stage. One of the next stages is really that Igor, myself, perhaps with yourself, Wayne, is just to put something into a simpler format so that people are not so afraid of the money. Just when Igor mentions the numbers, I just think, oh gosh, that's not for me. But having been through many funding processes, it's never quite as complicated.
There's a cultural block with Innovate UK monies that people go, it's too hard to get, isn't it? It's too competitive. You rarely hear someone speaking like in terms of how Igor speaks about getting hold of it. Do you know what I mean? But I'm a believer that you get out what you put in. But we need to change the culture of people understanding what they can put in and how they can put that in and who they can work with to do that.
Yeah, so basically I just want to say that I didn't apply for Smart Grant. I didn't have so far nice partnership with the company, but so Horizon Europe is very competitive, right? We win them, but we apply 10 times and only one grant is funded. But with the Smart Grant, for instance, Professor Williams said that he applied 3 times and 3 times won. So it's like nearly automatic. If proposal is good, partners are well combined, it's almost automatic. Basically, government underspend money in Smart Grants just because of these financial conditions not super attractive. But I think that we need to work on that, and we can find a way where companies really feel that it's beneficial for them.
Okay, so I think that's a good point to knock this on its head. We've only got a couple of minutes left. I think this is a really exciting opportunity. It's an exciting opportunity to bring innovation into the region. It's an opportunity to differentiate the region, doing something different from others. The combination of cybersecurity and fintech, I think, is really exciting. And if we could get known for that outside in the rest of the country and rest of the world, I think it's a fantastic opportunity. But to me, the key to this is around collaboration. It's about commercial expertise and experience come together with that fantastic research facilities at Durham and their ability to talk the right language to get money out of people. That's exactly what he wants. So that I just think it's a fantastic opportunity. So next stage, as I said, is for Jenny, Wayne, Igor to meet up. We need to work on a document in simple terms to how we're going to pitch for this money. We need to think about specific companies who we would want to include in this, and then get on with it. Yeah.
Yep.
So I'd like to wrap this up then. So thank you very much, Igor. That's been great. Thank you very much, Ife. And it's great to spend time and working with you. Really looking forward to that in the new year. And thank you for everyone else who's contributed, Wayne and Jenny, and all of you who have been in the audience. Speak to you later. Cheers now.